Hi beauties! Today I'm going to show you how to make a banner shadow box, and this is a box that I made for a friend at my last Christmas party with my We Stamp stamping girls. So I liked it so much I wanted to give it, but I wanted to keep it. So if you know me, you know that I always shop garage sales and thrift stores. So I found this shadow box. And I found a couple of them actually, and I've probably held on to them for a couple of years. But when I find something and I think I could do something crafty with it, I do. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Classic Pads, Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, and Tip Top Taupe. So let's go ahead. First thing we want to do is create the banner. And I had a banner here, and it's like a canvas, and it was made out of the a retired Stampin' Up! Product for Simply Created, and it was the banner. So I had that, and then I have some Designer Series paper here, and I'm using this side here that has the Silent Night wording and music to it, so it's going to work out perfect. What I'm spelling is joy, so I'm going to go ahead and make this fit with this, and the way that I do that is I know where I'm going to want this. Actually, I already did one letter. I did it in advance for you, so I'm going to just copy what I have here so that they're the same exact size. So what I did is I just followed. I held it up against here, saw where I wanted it, and then I followed. But I have this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that as a template so it is exact same size. And that's it. So we're going to come up with the J for this. And look at the difference between the two. I wanted to give it a little bit of an older feel, so I think you can see the difference there. And I'll show you how I did that. So I want to give the banner a little bit of depth as well. So first I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow and just get a Stampin' sponge, and then I just cut them into sections that I need. So this one, it was a bigger piece, so I just went around the sides like this. And giving it a little bit of depth there. And then I lightly rubbed around here just to give it a little more worn, dirty look. Okay, now that was too green for me, so I decided I would go in with the Tip Top Taupe. So I just cut off a little piece because I didn't want it to be real dominant there. So used that and did the same thing. Just kind of went around and really wanted to get those edges a little bit more tattered looked. So just went around there. And very easy. So as you can tell, I'm starting to get my craft room a little bit organized. I mean, right now it doesn't look so organized, but at least I got some Stampin' stuff out. So later on, when it's all ready, I'll do a craft room tour for you, but that won't be for a little while. All right, so the banner part is done. Now let's work on the J here. This is all sponging, no stamping at this time. If I wanted to, I could just stamp a J, stamp an O, and a Y, but I wanted these big letters. So let's go ahead. This is the Cherry Cobbler, and again, this is retired, so if you could find something, or maybe some stamps, or vinyl lettering. This is the J, and this is just a excuse me, a template here. And I want it to be in about the same position, in the same height. So I think right about there and centered. Okay. I'm just going to hold that down and sponge. So hold it, I like to hold it tight and press hard because I want that cherry cobbler color to be real rich. So I'm holding it rather tight here and pressing hard because I want a really, really dark color here. I could use a sponge dauber, and that's what I had used originally, but I don't have those out right now, and I had this right with me. And that's it. There's your J. So again, we saw the depth in that tattered look, so, and I want to give that one the same, because you'll see, I mean, oh, so sorry, I hit my camera. You'll see the difference there, and I particularly like this one. So I'm going to get out my tip top taupe again, and this time I'm going to just flick it on this way because I want the edges to be dark, but the inside not to be so dark. So it's sponging it on, but I like to call it flicking because it makes that great flicking sound. I don't know why, but I love to hear that sound. It makes me feel like I'm being creative. Alright, so I'm just winding this up. Next thing I want to do is I want to make some fabric flowers. And all I'm going to do is I took up some fabric that also is some old Stampin' Up! Retired fabric, and I tore them so that they had some rough edges. So I'm going to set this off to the side because that part is done. So I just, I have a heat gun, and I have this silicone mat. I use it for my crafting. It's made by Wilton. But all you're going to do is I tore off a piece and I fold it in half here. And I just want to start to make it go around. And then once I get a little bit of it, I want to start making it go around this way. And this is going to be the start of my fabric flower. So I'm just going to put down some hot glue here, just a little circle. When it's on this silicone, it dries really fast, so you don't want to do it the whole circle. You just want to do a piece at a time. So I'm just twisting and turning as I'm going around. And my glue is dry already, so now I want to go and just go around the outside here. And I'm going to make 3 of these. I've already made 2, but I wanted to show you how I did it. Very simple, very easy. Don't burn your fingers. And just keep going. Until you get it to about the size that you want. Which I made the other two. I think I said that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'll tell you, this whole old age thing is not very fun. So these are the other two that I made. And I'm going to put some buttons on it afterwards. So they're going to be different sizes. One's a smaller one. One's a little bit larger. And I think I'm going to make this one round about medium between them. And I think that's getting pretty close to where I need to be. In fact, looks like I might use the whole thing. I'll tell you, one of my most favorite things is that you gals let me just be free in what I do, and you still give me those thumbs up on my videos, even though I hit the camera, and you know, I'm not a professional, so thank you for being such great subscribers and coming back and looking at all of this and giving me thumbs ups and leaving me great comments. I really appreciate you guys. Alright, so I think I'm about done there. And I'm going to cut it at about there and then just stick some glue in there. Okay. Now that part's done, and I do have a button. So I'm just going to put that right here in the middle. And look at how cute that little flower came out. So, like I said, this dries really fast. So all you do is now you take it and pop it off, and it's already done. Okay, sorry about that. That was a phone call, and I let it go to voicemail. And I hope my dad does not mind and doesn't watch this video later. So, alright, there's the 3 flowers we made. And what I did, if you didn't see, I put the hot glue on the back, pushed it down, and then it's all done nice and put together. So I'm going to move those off to the side, and I think that might be it. A couple other pieces that I had, I took some of this ribbon and just shredded it into small strips, tied it in the middle, and I made 2 of those. Then I took this little clothespin, and these were at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. They came like on a whole strip, but I really thought this was cute. So I took this Tip Top Taupe, gave it again a little bit of color, made sure this, the actual clothespin got a little bit of color as well. And then when I was done with that, I took some of my basic pearls, added a pearl to the center. Then I got out 3 strips of ribbon, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, and then some lace. I pulled those about 12 inches long, and then cut them, put them at an angle here, put them in half. So here we go, just did them in half, and I'm going to take the snowflake, and that's going to go on my banner as well. Alrighty, so let's now make everything up. It's all about the gluing now. So, again, sorry about the glare there, but I took the shadow box, I opened up the back, and now I'm just gonna leave the box portion inside, but I'm gonna take off the shadow background. So I'm going to be very careful here. And when I take this off, there is a strip of Velcro underneath. So I'm just going to take this off here. And let's get building. So first things first is I want to get rid of any little guys that might be on there. Get rid of them. I'm going to take my twine, which this is some thick twine. I'm just going to measure it along the way. And there we go. Now I've got 3 of these banners already made. I have 2 with the V and then 1 just rounded. So I'm going to go ahead and put these through. I'm going to go in 1 and back. And I'm going to do this to all 3 of them. In 1 and back. I'll tell you, it is so much easier once you've already done one. I've sat here for hours and hours like, what am I going to do? I knew what I wanted, but what colors and how was it going to look? So, okay, there we go. We've got that on. I think it's cute. Now we're going to put our letters on. And I'm going to use hot glue because I want it to stick really well. So I'm out of hot glue, so I'm just going to grab a new stick and stick it in there. And all I'm going to do is put this along the back. And I know I want it about 1/2 inch there. I'm going to take my J. I lost my glue stick. It popped right out. One of these days I'll make a perfect video for you guys. Probably not going to be anytime soon, but one of these days. Alrighty, there's the J. And now we're going to put in the Y. All right, so then I'm going to, I know that I love this, I know that I want this, and so I am not going to, I'm going to actually glue this. I'm not afraid, I don't believe. So, but what I will do, even though I'm going to glue it, I do want to keep everything in place. So I'm going to cut these little guys out. I know this is how I want it. So I'm going to stick them and stick them down. They're just stickers of Velcro. So very easy. Okay. Now I want these little flowers to be on here. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these flowers. Right on here. Same with this one. And the cute little red one. I thought about doing a J-O-Y like that. I thought that was cute, but I think I'm going to just stick with the 3 up on top. And that is so cute already. So let's go ahead and keep adding. Not very much more here, but there's that little guy. And then here's this little guy. So I guess I decided I want this out a little bit more. And same with here. So I'm just pulling up the Velcro there. That way you can see that it's a banner. And these are a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut some of them down. And they don't all need to be the same size. I just think these are adorable. So alright, then I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue and hot glue that there. Same with this one. A little bit of hot glue there. And hot glue that there. Yes, it is cute. I still like it. I think that's adorable. So now I'm going to put it all back on. Get rid of this because I don't want any sticky stuff. And I'm going to take that shadow box. Ooh. Gotta be careful. So I'm going to stand it up so that everything falls into place. And stick that right in there. Oh, this little guy got out. There we go. Then I'm going to put this here. Make sure you've got the hanger right where it needs to be. I'll tell you, if I had more of these shadow boxes, everyone would be getting one for Christmas. I just think they are adorable. Alright, well here we go. Let's see how it turned out. Look at that. Oh, I think it's so cute. I'm going to go hang it up right now. I know exactly where it's going to go. So if you enjoyed watching this with all of my flumbers and stumbles, even in the way I said flumber, whatever that means, please make sure you like, make sure you click to subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, beauties, thank you so much, and if you want to see more, subscribe to BeautyandtheStamper.com and check out my blog. Alright, beauties, have a great day, and Merry Christmas. Bye!